Assalamualaikum and hi. Today I will presenting a group project from Mmih 183. Let me introduce our member. My name is Muhammad Shazwan. Uh, this is my group mate, Muhammad Azrul, Muhammad Ibn Shahir, and Harith Iqbal. Moving on to the first question. The meaning of differentiation is the mathematical study of how things change. It is also a process of finding a derivative. So we will try to find the gradient of a curve. For example, a car are moving on a different speed and is changing every second. This is another example where the point is here, the gradient like this, but when the point is changing, the gradient will also change. This is a formula for to find a differentiation. There are 5 techniques of differentiation, where I will provide 3 of it. First one is power rule. The power rule we use when there are a power in an equation. The power will times the number prime and the power will minus by 1. Then we moving on to the product rule. We use uv prime plus vu prime. For example, this is u, this is v. After differentiate into u prime and v prime, we will times u and v prime, v and u prime. Next one is quotient rule. Quotient rule is the same, but the format is changed a bit, and the v will be squared. That's all from me. I will pass the second question to Harith Iqbal. Thank you.
Hi, I'm Iqbal. Today I'll be presenting solution for question 2. Question 2 separate by 2 parts. Part A requires us to use the product rule and chain rule together, while part B shows us how we can use the logarithm law to make a complex differentiation problem much easier. Let's dive into the first one. So question A, the question asks to differentiate y equals to 5x cubed e power of cos x. I separate it by 5 steps. First and second step, we define u and v as a 5x cubed and e power of cos x. We differentiate both u and v, becoming u prime equals to 15x squared and v prime becoming negative sin x times e power of cos x. I use chain rule to differentiate v. The step 3 formula, which is dy dx equals to u times v prime plus v times u prime. After we apply the formula, we expand the bracket in the fourth step, and finally the final answer we simplify it by pull out the common factor outside the bracket. So for part B, the question asks to differentiate fx ln 5x over sin 2x. I use law of logarithm here. So I separate to 4 steps. First step, I apply law of logarithm, so it becoming fx equals to ln 5x minus ln sin 2x. So it easier for me to solve. So the second step, I differentiate both ln. So ln 5x becoming 1 over 5x times 5 minus ln sin 2x becoming 1 over sin 2x times cos 2x times 2. So the third step, I simplify the differentiation, so becoming 1 over x minus 2 cos 2x over sin 2x. And for the final answer, 2 cos 2x over sin 2x can convert to cot. So my final answer is 1 over x minus 2 cot 2x. So that's the solution for B, and that's all from me. Thank you.
Hello everyone, today I'll be explaining how to solve question 3, which asks us to find dy over dx using implicit differentiation for the equation y sin 2x minus ln 2y equals to 2x squared plus 3. So why we use implicit differentiation here? Because the variable x and y are tangled together, making it difficult to isolate y on its own. So we have to break this down by term lah. So we have to differentiate y seen to x. As it is the first term, we can use product rule. Differentiating y will give us dy over dx, and differentiating sin to s will give us 2 cos to s. We have to combine both together, and that is sin to s dy over dx plus 2y cos to s. So for the second term, which are negative ln to y, we can apply chain rule. The derivative of a natural log is 1 over its inner function, will multiplied by the derivative of the inner function will give us negative 1 over 2y times 2 dy over dx. Cancel both 2, so will leave us negative 1 over y dy over dx. Now for the right side, we can just use straightforward power rule. So 2x squared equals to 4x and 3 equals to 0, so it's only 4x. Now for the final part, we can combine both all three terms together. So to isolate dy over dx, move 2y cos 2x to the right side. Factor dy over dx on the left side and times it with y over y to make it look cleaner. We want the final answer. So we times 4x minus 2y cos 2x with y and divide it with y sin 2x minus 1. So the final answer is dy over dx equals to 4xy minus 2y square cos 2x over y sin 2x minus 1. Okay, thank you.
Okay, now we are going to look at questions 4. So the question said, use linear approximation to estimate the value of 4 roots 15.98 minus 2 over square 15.98. So for this question, we will use 3 steps. For the first step, we will let x equal to 15.98 and then we'll let x naught equal to 16. How do we find x naught? So to find x naught, we are going to take the closure value of x. So the closure value of x is 16. That's how we get x naught. And then we are going to search for delta x. So delta x, this is the formula to find delta x. Just plug in the value into the formula and then we got negative 0.02. And then we are going to do the next steps. It is the second step. We let functions of x equal to 4 roots x minus 2 over square x. And then so we are going to find the differentiate of fx. We use this because it's more easier to apply power rules to it to find the differentiate of fx and then change it into this form for easier to plug in the value later. Now we are going to do the third step. This is a final step. So this is the formula to find the linear approximation of the value. So just plug in the value of fx naught and then f prime's naught, and then we'll multiply it by delta x. After we plug in, then we just click the calculator and then we got the answer. So for this question, we just take 3 decimal points for it.
That's all from us. Thank you.